made this ID badge, and I'm gonna hide that, and so you can put your ID inside. Made it for my kiddos in my classroom because the one they gave them is tearing up like crazy. So let's do it. Because this design is an applique, you could just do some regular fabric, which a lot of people do. But because I am making it to go with the school logo, I just took up a sublimation shirt because, yeah, I wasn't using my fabric for this. And I'm just going to take a print out that I designed real quick. I'm going to press it on. Because I'm using sublimation, I'm going to put down a piece of sublimation. What do you call this paper? Whatever it's called. Blowout paper. And then I'm going to take the piece that I cut, put that here, and then I'm going to put another piece of blowout paper on top. And again, you don't have to do this process unless you're doing sublimation for the image. You can just do a regular piece of fabric on top. This is Extra Please, and it's been a minute since I did a video, so I decided to do a quick one today since I am making these for my kiddos in my kindergarten classroom. This is an ID badge. Let me hide this. And on the back side, you can use the plastic to do your ID badge. They gave them the cheaper version, and it's been tearing up in the classroom. I thought I had it on here, but I don't see it. Let me do it now. Anyway, I'm going to use the 5x7 hoop and the pattern from, which one did I choose today? Off With Your Threads. That's her pattern. And I'll leave the link in the description. So you need the 5x7 hoop. I am on the NQ 1700E today. You can do this on any single needle machine. I'm going to use a tearaway stabilizer. I have this because I'm going to be cutting my little plastic sheeting here, and to line it up I need that and my ruler. I'm going to use this at the end to punch this hole here, and I am going to use my Rivert Press, but you could use whatever tool you have to get that rivet on there. She does have a snap versus the rivet. You can use, what is it that she has? I have to look back and see what it is she has that you can use differently. You can also need your vinyl. You actually need 2 pieces of your vinyl. I'm going to cut another piece, and then you'll need your applique piece. Again, I am using sublimation. I just cut up a t-shirt, a sublimation t-shirt, and I press on here the design I want. You can do any design you want on sublimation, or you can use any fabric. I think that'll be all you need. Oh, painter's tape. That's what I use for the back side, because you're going to be putting 2 pieces, one on the front and one on the back of your hoop. And oh, here's that plastic thing that the district is putting, and it's tearing up. So I needed something sturdy because I'm tired of taping it up for the kids. I believe that is all you need. If you need anything else, I will talk about it in the video. All right, I'm using tearaway stabilizer to hoop this. So taking the hoop off the top part. I already have trimmed my stabilizer down, and I'm looking for the arrow there, and I'm going to hoop this. Now I have several teenagers in the house today, so you may hear some of them. All right. Once you hoop your stabilizer, it's gonna run a what do you call that stitch? I forgot. When we get over to the machine, I'll probably remember. But it's gonna stitch something so you can see the outline. And that's gonna tell you where to put your vinyl piece on top. And then we'll get started. I'm making about 20 badges, so I have my pieces cut out on the floor. Ready to rock and roll. All right, let's do it. All right, I have my design loaded, and I'll put that in the description. I have black thread, and I'm going to press it. There are only 7 steps, so this is super quick, super easy. And it's going to do a, I don't know what you call that stitch. Let me figure out what that is. It's been so long since I've done these tutorials, I'm forgetting the words. This is a placement stitch, and it's going to be for the first step. So let's go. Now with this placement stitch, you will be covering up the placement of it. So I'm going to just place this over it like so. And then push it right back on. I've gotten good at holding, so I will not need to tape down. But if you feel that you need to tape it down, by all means. Now notice when it did the tack down that it only did one part of that. Let's see, can you see that? Because I'm by this window. Hold on, let me close this window. Let's see if that's better. It's a little better. Okay. Notice that it, is that better? Nope. All right. Notice that, there we go. Notice that there's one big block rectangle that has stitches, and then the snap tab did not, because it's going to do a final stitch up there. But for this one, this is only for the applique piece, so your applique piece only needs to be this big. So I'm going to go to put that on now. This section of this rectangle is about a 2 by 3, somewhere close to there. So my design in Canva was a 2 by 3. So when I cut this out, it's going to be very close to that size. I'm going to leave a little white part around my design. All right, you can notice that's the t-shirt. So I did use a t-shirt. No, my first one, I did spray it down. So if you feel the need to use 505 for this part, it's not necessary, but I did use it on my first one. So I may use it on this one. Maybe a little bit too much. All right, so I'm going to make sure this is covering all of the edges. Only because this has a design on it. I want to make sure. If you're using just a regular applique, not necessary. Just make sure you cover the outline stitch. All right, going back over to the machine. This time it's going to do the applique piece. And then it will let me cut it out. over to the machine, you will need applique scissors for this part. So I do need to add that to the list. And so add that to your list, applique scissors, which I use these scissors even if it's not applique, just some of my favorite scissors. All right, so I'm gonna go here and just carefully try to trim it without cutting those stitches. Let's see. Once I finish doing this part, the next step is your satin stitch. This step is not necessary, but I just kind of get up those little pieces. All right, back over to the machine. All right, so after you do your applique piece, trim it around, go back to your machine real quick. It's going to do a satin stitch around, and I probably will speed this up. The longest part of this project, and this project is only 8 minutes, the longest part is the satin stitch around, and it is 6 minutes long. Now, if you have these little specks, I just do this to scrape them out. And if I notice that there's some that just won't come out, so what I do is just, not necessary, but if you just perfection like me, I just go here and I just tap it with that Sharpie. And now you can't see it. And that's only for those little spots that just bother me. And of course that's on black. I don't know what I would do with other colors, except only done black. All right, so now it's ready to go to the next step. Step 5. On this next step, this is where you'll need another piece for the back, and I'm actually going to just cut this down. And then I'm going to flip it over, and you'll see an outline here. And you're just going to take your other piece of vinyl, make sure it covers all parts. Then you're going to take your tape. Again, I'm using painter's tape. And if you have that big roll, what I do is just take it. If you don't have the skinny roll, I just take it and I split it in half. Because I don't believe in wasting. And you only need to tack it down. So, all right, so that'll go on one side. And I just make sure I varnish it in just a little bit so it won't pull up on the tape won't jam on the back side. I'm gonna do the other side. And really that's all you need. You could go here too, but I'm just going to do the sides and put it back on the machine. Right, slide this back on. And now it's gonna do the whole stitch, even the little tab all the way around. quick and easy. Soon as they do the stitch around on step 5, you're going to immediately do the next stitch, which is just going to give you the placement for your clear vinyl. It's going to do step 1. It's going to do another one. And that's when you pull it off the machine before you add the clear vinyl. This is your placement stitch right here for your vinyl. Let's see. So they did a placement stitch here and here. I'm gonna cut that. So that's where you need to put your vinyl. Just cut. Right, so what I'm going to do now, I've already cut a piece, but I'm just going to show you what I do to make sure it's even. I use my, what do you call this thing? Whatever this mat is called. Self-healing mat, that's what it's called. And then I take my vinyl, my clear vinyl, and I place it on one of the lines. And I line up my ruler or whatever you have to, like a straight edge. You just go straight up. Oh shoot, cut that. All right, you go straight up. And I move what I'm cutting away before, a little bit, before I move the ruler to make sure it cut all the way through. So if I do that, I can see that now I have a straight edge, and I'm going to get enough to cover here to here, which I think is about a little bit less than 4 inches. So I'm going to cut off 4 inches. Oh, that noise, my children. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I need to be here. And this should be enough to do at least 3. Got it. Put that in. And then for this here, because you want this to be straight here and down here. And I only need about, because it's going to cut off most of that. You probably only need 3 to about 4 inches, I would do. So I'm just gonna go straight up. Then I'm gonna place this here where those two are. Where those stitch lines are, placement stitch. And then you just take your painter's tape. And I have several pieces already from earlier, and I'm just going to do it that way. And do it that way. All right. Now I'm going to go back over the machine and do the last stitch. And then cut it out. All right. Let me make sure. Yep. Make sure you varnish it real good. I saw that it was peeling. Alright, let's try that again. last stitch, number 7. It is finished. It has tacked down the plastic on the back, and we are going to cut it out. So I'm just going to unhook this. And I savor tape, especially since I'm doing 20 of these. I'm just going to stick it to my table and reuse. So you can see the plastic on there, stitched down. And hoop it. And then I try to get the stabilizer out, but in the case that you don't get it out super good, I'll show you what you can do. And what I do is just pull this back so I can try to get the edge of it. Pull it back. Alright, now that you have that out, you could use a straight edge. Let me see if I get my ruler. Just a ruler or a straight edge or something that will help you be even. Or you can just take your scissors and start cutting. That doesn't look even on this side. That looks pretty good. That looks like I did that. Alright, so now we'll take some sharp scissors. Try these. like to round those corners, just a preference. And then once you're done with that, I just look on the back to see if there's anything that is not pleasing to my eye. Trim that up a little bit. Now, if you have vinyl that has an edge that looks like this, well, yeah, that is white like that, you could use the edge paint, or you can do what I'm about to do, because this is for some kindergartners. Let me show you. Just like I dabbed the white fabric on top, because it's for my little kindergartners, I'm gonna use this little Sharpie brush pen. You can use any kind of Sharpie. I just happen to have this one because I paint. And I'm just gonna take it and rip it. Like so. Now I'll just take it and go all the way down. You may have to do another, go around another time. But for the most part, if you don't have edge paint, or if it's just for a gift, by all means, take it and just go around it. Now some vinyl doesn't have that white look to it, and some does, so just depends on what you want to do. Or you can leave it white. All right, let me show you how I do, although I've done it in many videos. I'll go through how I do the, what is that thing called? The rivet. She has also, what was that other one she did? Besides the snap tab. Let me look. She also does the eyelet. So if you don't want to do the snap tab like this, she has one that has like where you punch a hole with this as well, and then you do one of those eyelets. So if you don't have a Rivert Press, that may be an option for you. All right, so let me go ahead. I need to finish this up so I can put the rivet on, because doing this after putting the rivet on is not fun. You'll miss some things. All right, for the most part, that looks good. All right, now for the rivet piece, I use this thing here. It's just a hole punch kind of thing, and it has different little holes, and you'll need to put your piece on. You can use this kind, or you can use just the D-ring. This one, no, this is D-ring. This is split ring. You can use either one. I'm trying to decide if I'm going to stick with using this, because if I make them a, what do you call that? The thing that goes around your neck, whatever the thing is called. That's gonna make it kind of long. Let me see. I don't know if I want it like that on their neck. I don't know. And if I put it like this, I still gotta have something to hold that. All right, we're gonna probably stick with the split ring. So what I do is I just fold this is called a snap tab. I just fold it over like so. Making sure whatever piece you're using is inside. Pull it snug. And then I take the hole punch thing and I try to get right there in the middle. You gotta eyeball it or mark it so you'll know what you want to do. And then you press down. And when you lift up, you have a hole. Now, you will need something to press it down, like a Rivert Press. I'm going to open this. Where is that stuff? Let me find, oh, there it is over there. Now I have this thing here. You could use that thing there to hit it with like a hammer or something, or maybe it's hit with this, I don't know. I've never used that. I just used the Rivert Press. I'm going to grab these pieces here because I'm going to use silver. They have that old gold, the regular gold, the pewter, and the silver. So you'll need a male and a female end. And decide what side you want it to be on. The male end is going to go on the front of, the front of the badge for me, because I'm going to have their ID picture in the back of the badge, which I may have to flip that because the school may want them to wear it in the front. Anyway, the silver part is in the front, so it doesn't matter. So I'm going to do it like that. I'm going to lift this, push this in here, and then I'm going to press down. Now, if you want to know how to use the Rivert Press, I actually have, oh, and I pressed it too much. You see there? Just got like a hole. Oh, well. Anyway, don't press too hard, because I don't think I pressed too hard on this one. No. See, I did pretty good on that one. So don't press too hard when you press it down. All right, so you have your back side for the ID part, or you could use either way, but I want to wear it like this. I want them to wear it like this, and then put their ID badges on the back. So, yep, love it. Off with your threads. Go make it. It's an awesome pattern. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button.